Last week on Knights of the Rolled Table, after the introduction of Remara, a former teammate of Massimo Lionheart, our heroes ventured to Zepplebrum Falls in search of the second Curio of Voop. After entering the falls, the party is ambushed by a pack of spy dire wolves, and Coach hatches a dubious plan, to destroy the foes.
Coach, you're up.
Now it's time.
Oh, God.
A Kalika.
What now?
So I'm going to become a giant subterranean lizard.
Oh, my.
So
was the click? Was that?
that was the
button?
clicking the mace.
Kalika.
Kalika.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the
not
giant
called
subterranean lizard.
Kalika. Yep. So now I'm a giant subterranean lizard.
What?
Coach,
What?
How big are you?
Oh, what's the tail?
Is he like knocking us
Why
out of the
did we
way?
let him?
He's really big.
Oh,
He's considered a huge beast.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I asked before. He's 15 feet
Sure.
wide.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to move in between so that when I expand, I'm just looking down at it. And this one little wolf spider is looking right at me.
All right.
The limping one that's like almost dead.
Oh, is that the one that's almost dead?
Yeah.
We're going to have some fun.
So you see Coach walk over in front of the one that you hurt, Sarsa, and then Coach's form, including all of his weapons, kind of morph into this giant iguana lizard with eyes that are kind of looking in different directions, and it's just kind of right in front of this spy dire wolf.
And this
I think I liked
gaping
him
maw.
better as a bear.
Tail whipping around.
was whapping people. That was dogs. That just
Remara is up.
Okay, so I've got two near me, and one is somewhat injured.
One of them is not hurt at all, and the other one is somewhat injured,
Okay,
from what you can tell, in the dark.
Endangered, if you will.
yes.
Oh, God.
All right, so the one,
now that we have this moral quandary.
I'm going to say the one that is injured, I'm going to cast Occluded Mind.
Okay. All right.
So,
These spells are crazy.
Yeah.
Right now.
so he has to make an intelligence saving throw,
Yep.
and on a failed
Spider.
save,
I'm a wolf.
he believes a statement of my choice for the next 5 minutes
Okay.
that I communicate to him via telepathy.
Ooh. They rolled a 18 minus 4, so 14.
Oh, he needed a 16. He still failed.
He
Good
can't
on you,
save.
though, Spider.
No, he has to
stupid
roll a 20
wolves.
Yeah.
to save. That's wild.
Very intelligent. What do you want to tell this?
So I want to tell him that the other spider is your enemy.
It kind of growls and looks at you very intently, and then it looks at the other spider and goes,
did you hear what that other spider was saying about you?
that spider was talking some bad trash to you. All right. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah.
Jerik, you're up.
So much has happened since my last turn. So there's a giant lizard blocking access to the injured one. I guess I'll attack the uninjured one. So I'm looking at two spiders that are like, as far as I know, just like suddenly
Wolves
oddly
with
interested
spider legs.
in each other. Wolves with spider legs.
One of them
and
is
one of them turned to
threatening
the other
other.
one.
Yeah, that's all it's done.
How many eyes does a dire spider, dire wolf, spy dire wolf have? Just the regular 2 or the 8?
4.
Oh, ooh, an
Kind of a
average.
mix.
Split the
yeah,
difference.
split the difference.
All right, so I guess I'll go to the one that she didn't whisper to and attack. Move my hex to it with my bonus action
Okay.
and attack with my sword. First attack, a critical hit.
Oh,
28.
natural 20.
And with my... So what makes my sword the specific type of magical sword it is a vicious long sword, and what that
Oh,
does is
no.
on a critical hit, I roll an extra 2d6.
A little extra spice on there. A little extra spice damage.
Sprinkle that right on.
Yeah. Tasty. What's that taste like?
God.
7 plus 5.
25.
25 damage altogether.
Jeez.
Holy
In
cow.
one swipe.
Yeah. So there's another
Jerik
hit coming.
takes his long sword and swipes down, and it cuts off a leg. It still has 7 other legs,
So many
but
more legs.
it's like "Rawr!" It's kind of bleeding a little bit. Make your other attack. You already have a
God.
bonus action, but you get a second attack.
Bonus action was to move the hex, but yeah,
Okay.
I have 2 attacks.
Two attacks,
That's
okay.
24 to hit.
Second attack, yeah. That hits. Same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be 16 damage.
Ooh, okay. So this one, the first one, you swipe off a leg, and that leaves a gash open, and you stab it and turn the blade, and it just falls down dead. The yellow one, which is very hurt, has this big lizard in front of it. It's gonna try to fight it. So, so it's gonna make a bite at you. And it rolled a 4 plus 5 is a 9, so that's gonna miss.
Yeah, it did not quite.
It's gonna miss the lizard.
I'm gonna parry with my tongue.
Yeah. The red one is going
How's that
to
taste?
attack Remara. 11. I think that misses you.
Jeez.
All right.
Wait, didn't she whisper to the red one?
Well,
To attack the one that I just killed.
yeah, but it's dead now, so it kind of turns its attention back. It doesn't mean it can't attack you. I think, right?
Yeah, it just tells itself.
You just
It
told it
just
to
believes
attack.
what she said to be true.
It believes that, yeah.
Yeah, it
None of my
believed it, but
enemies
it still
dead.
believes you as an enemy, and the other one's dead. So.
Right.
Can't believe you didn't stick up
So
for me in front of the other
It
spider.
kind of
wolf.
growled back at you, and it tries to. It kind of bites at you, but you jostle out of the way. Saeleas, you're up.
All right, I'll attack. I'm gonna go ahead and let Weston take care of the one he has pinned up against the wall. I'll attack the red one there. With I'll just do a firebolt at it. That seems reasonable. So,
Okay, so you attack the one that's next to Remara.
yep. So that'll be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Awesome. And it will be 10 fire damage.
All right, burns and kind of gets singed on the back.
Is it flammable by any chance?
It's got fur, so you smell burning wolf spider fur.
It says a flammable object hit by the spell ignites. Oh, it says if it isn't being worn or carried. All right, I'll
See the tail lights on fire.
I'd count fur as being
the
worn.
tail of this spider wolf is on fire. Actually, we'll go back a little bit. The little floating chewinga is going to come up in front of Sarsa, and it goes, and it kind of smacks your forehead with an open palm. And I need you to roll a d20.
Devil, come out!
It booped me.
You take 14 damage.
That's a 7.
7.
Are these things speaking a particular language?
Well, not that
They're
you
speaking
understand.
adorable.
So it's not celestial or whatever that other weird thing I speak is?
They are elementals.
They just make sense.
You can read it if you want, Jen.
I have the charm of extra attacks. As a bonus action, you can make a melee or ranged attack. Once used 10 times, this charm disappears.
That's
All right, and
fun.
another one floats up in front of Saeleas and goes,
That one is cool.
and it
Hello.
pulls your beard a little
Ow!
bit.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Please roll a d20.
20. I finally rolled a 20 on that die, and
Good
it was on
job.
this. 20. Charm of water breathing. As an action, you cast water breathing on yourself. Once used 3 times, this charm disappears.
Fun.
I have
Okay.
a water breathing charm. That's cool.
It's really good.
Especially since I have tidal waves.
Saeleas went, so Sarsa, you're up.
All right, I'm going to attack the wolf that's not being blocked by Coach with my spiritual weapon. Boop-a-doop-boop. Scoop-a-doop-boop. There it is.
Gonna attack that wolf. What you gonna hit it with spiritual weapon? It's gonna be happening.
Bollocks.
And you missed it. Gotta kiss it. You're not gonna hit
10 to
today.
hit. 10 to hit.
And it misses.
Yeah, that's not super great. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast my Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
So he needs to make a dex save.
That is a 12.
It's a 12. That's a fail. So he's going to take 11 radiant damage.
Okay, another beam of radiant, searing energy strikes down on his back. Does not like that, but it still stands.
That's it for me.
Coach. Coach the mighty underground lizard.
Giant subterranean lizard. So my giant chameleon self is going to attempt to swallow. The spy dire wolf.
Oh my god.
Do it.
Please use the tongue.
How
for
do you
it.
do that?
All right, so I'm gonna have to try to roll for attack first.
You just do that thing that chameleons do and
A natural one.
Oh.
Dang it. So I'm new to this form. I've never
Yeah.
used it before.
kind of do that thing where you like open your mouth really slowly, like.
And the tongue whips out, and the spider bats it away.
I need you to roll a percentage die.
Ooh.
Natural 1.
77.
Okay.
Fumble charts.
Oh no.
Those dice you made?
Weston, you have so many talents. Except for
rolling.
Rolling, yeah. Super good at rolling, guys.
He's great at rolling ones.
So you kind of you're trying to figure out this weird tongue effect. You're trying to flick it forward, but you flick your head to the side. Your tongue goes out to the left, and it grabs
Behind my
Saeleas.
head.
With your tongue,
My
you
sticky tongue.
It whips around,
Grabs him.
grabs Saeleas. It sticks to Saeleas. Saeleas, you feel this.
You know, I
What?
think
And then-
Jabin was right to be jealous.
And then you pull Saeleas
Hey,
into your mouth.
whoa! Coach, this is not.
So you're considered restrained and blind.
We are not telling Jabin about
Is he taking damage because of this?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, you take
just
10
have-
damage every turn in my tummy.
So Saeleas is
Well, don't
in your-
swallow.
I still have another attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
I'm just in your mouth
I'm
right
gonna-
now, right?
No, I swallowed you. I used a swallow. I don't know how to control it. I'm a giant lizard. I'm a dwarf. Chris is saying that it automatically hits you. Therefore, you are in my belly.
I'm gonna die in your belly.
Okay, so
Get me out of here.
I'm gonna have a very confused look on my face. Clearly, this.
You better vomit me out of there.
And then I'm gonna kind of back out of the cave as much as I can, spin around, and then I'm gonna try and whip my tail at the spy dire wolf.
Okay.
Use my tail attack.
Spit me out.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. So the spy dire wolf is looking at you, kind of confused that you just swallowed one of your own teammates, and then it growls at you, and then all of a sudden, whap! The tail hits it.
For 12 damage.
12.
Bludgeoning.
And it smacks it and flies about 15 feet into the wall of the cave, and it falls down limp on the ground. You still have Saeleas in your giant lizard mouth.
Vomit me.
What is the damage that it?
10 acid damage at the start of the lizard's turn.
So the next turn, if you
am
still
going-
have him in your mouth.
Yes.
I am going to die.
All right. Well, you still got some time.
I'm gonna see if there's anything you can do to get out of there.
All
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Top of the round. There's one left.
Right, okay. So I'm going to do another mind thrust on him. So, yeah, he has to succeed on another intelligence saving throw.
Jeez. I'm just gonna say it probably fails. It
Okay.
does. It's 4. Not that intelligent.
17 damage.
Oh yeah.
Psychic damage. So
Describe your victory. How do you want to take this guy out?
I want to like turn him upside down, like you see a spider get upside down, and then his legs curl up, and and then he just
Crush it.
turns to ash.
All right, so you see this spider kind of float up and kind of like little twitches, and its legs curl inward to its belly, and it's upside down, and then it just falls apart.
Jeez.
All
And
right.
Remara releases her grip and very daintily puts her arm down.
Good job, Remara. You do know your stuff.
Let me out.
Where's Saeleas?
Let me out.
Saeleas?
Coach, spat him out.
Saeleas, where are you?
There's so many meat pies in here.
Oh
I'm gonna try and regurgitate him.
Yeah.
Coach-
I don't know how to do this.
You spit that out right now, this instant.
Saeleas is gonna use his staff to try to like trigger your gag reflex.
You can't move inside of me.
You're right. I have
You can
nothing.
cast a spell if you want.
I
No,
don't
he
think I
can't.
can.
He's restrained.
This thing is like restrained, prone, blinded.
Well, shut up. Open your mouth. Open your mouth right now. Open my. All right. I'm gonna reach in there hesitantly and like try to poke its like uvula.
You take 1 point of acid damage.
Can I try and regurgitate?
Yeah,
him?
sure. Dex check.
Dex.
Before you, what'd you get?
Dexterity. This thing doesn't have great dex.
Because I'm gonna bend.
15.
Okay,
Yeah, so you go.
I'm gonna let that go.
Well, I think,
And Saeleas just goes tumbling out. So you don't take any acid damage, but I'm going to say take 2 points of
God.
the bludgeoning damage, just like wham, wham, and you're covered in saliva and gross lizard acid.
I did -2 damage, so I got 4 points.
All right.
Let me try that again. Damage. All right, there we go. I am really bloody and gross. So, Coach,
how were
if you ever put me in your mouth again, I will murder you.
how were the spider wolves not the grossest part of that fight?
Does anybody have the ability to heal?
I'll heal
I could
ya.
use a sit down
Alright,
and a
come
shower.
on, right over here.
Coach is gonna continue down the eastern cave.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on
Anybody else going with him, or are you just going?
Well,
Saeleas.
Wait.
Hang on a second.
So Coach just goes. He just goes forward.
let's do this part first.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Saeleas. So he's gonna heal for 7.
All right,
Mine.
You heal for 7 damage.
I'm
Or
unbloody.
7 points.
The blood is gone, but all the
Okay.
gross
You guys
acid.
following
is still-
Coach?
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Reluctantly.
I'm gonna do precognitive hunch.
Okay.
So this is I'm just opening myself to receive momentary insights that improve my odds of success.
Thank you.
Oh, maybe will that help me figure out which way we should go?
So Remara centers herself, closes her eyes, and you see her focus to the point where she, her hair kind of goes up, and her clothes that she's wearing, the sort of frock and dress, is kind of
I think she's doing a thing.
kind of flitter around a little bit, and then she opens her eyes.
In here.
And then you kind of look forward, and you know what you seek is further on to the east, past the next chamber. But there's something blocking it.
Okay.
Is it a
giant
Is it a
lizard?
giant lizard?
It could
No,
be.
it's not a giant lizard. It's something else. It's like another barrier of some kind.
It's the physical
And you can't
manifestation of Saeleas'
quite-
disgust.
Make a connection with it. It's like there's something blocking it.
Have I reached it yet?
So Coach,
I'm just going.
okay. So Coach, the lizard, is going forward. And what you see before you is a grotto of caves kind of spiraling around. And in front of you, because none of your, as far as you know, you just kind of went forward. But in front of you, you see Jerik.
What?
And what does Jerik say?
Hey. How you doing? Come on, won't you come on and hang out over here?
Coach Lizard is going to see Jerik, kind of look back confused, but like whatever. Like,
Okay.
that's fine.
Back with the others, you guys hear kind of boop, 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 and then Coach walks up in coach form.
What the? To us.
To you, to the rest of you.
All right, at least you came to your senses and you came back.
It's not a big deal.
And don't you dare tell Jabin that happened.
Your secret's safe with me.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. Do you have a towel?
All right, so Jerik with the lizard will say, like, Coach, you just good, great jump as the giant lizard thing. Come on, this way. Let's run farther down the cave.
Should we be venturing further in?
Yeah, let's keep on going. I don't see why not.
So my danger sense is still active, and so
You get a real.
I can't be surprised.
You're not surprised. I mean, it's he's an ally. Make a wisdom check.
22.
Wow. Okay. You
I can roll deception, can I?
yeah. Roll deception with advantage.
Yep. Natural 20. Plus deception is charisma 22.
So it goes to her.
Yeah, it'd go to her. Because that would be the DC.
You look right at this coach and something is off. You don't. It's not quite coach. Maybe it's the fact he was just a lizard.
Let's go. What are we waiting for?
Wait.
Coach, dude, you just swallowed Saeleas. Can you let's not let? Can we have a rule? Can we do ground rules? Let's do ground rules. We should do ground rules if we're going to be a team. And number one is don't swallow each other.
It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I won't do it again.
It was a big
Was it a
deal.
big
It
deal?
was a big deal.
Saeleas feels it's a big.
I am-
Maybe we should do a talking
You
circle.
could at least apologize.
I am
Pulls out
very
her boob
sorry,
flask.
Oh,
Saeleas.
thank you.
Coach keeps eyeing this one.
Remara?
Remara.
Something is off. Just wait.
Well, yeah.
No, we just got to keep going. Something's off and we're waiting around.
Mara,
Let's
what
keep
are
going.
you saying? Something's off. You're not feeling okay.
I'm switching to Psychic Inquisition, so now I don't have precog anymore.
Okay.
That gives me the ability to know when someone I'm communicating with telepathically is lying.
Just automatically? Does he have to make a save or anything? Oh wow. Yeah, you know he's lying.
Yeah. So is that really you, Coach? I say telepathically in his mind.
Well, you don't force me to tell the truth, though, right?
Yeah, it's me. What are you talking about?
You guys, this is not Coach. This is something else.
He's gonna run.
Saeleas immediately casts Firebolt at the retreating back of Fake Coach.
Whoa.
Okay, roll an attack.
Yep.
You know, you don't have to be mad about me eating you.
Ah. Right.
So firebolt goes
Whoa!
past fake coach.
What the heck was that about?
And
You get a hold on
you
him.
run back towards the same area that the lizard coach went to.
Can we try and pop off a shot as he's running away?
Sure.
I mean,
You
I
can make an
did.
attack with disadvantage because he's a little further.
Yeah. It's gonna.
You can make an attack with disadvantage.
Well, I'd
'Cause he's
like to
running.
do guiding bolt
Okay.
on him.
Roll an attack.
So,
He's running down the tunnel.
and then that would be 17.
Yeah, so 17
hits.
still hits.
17 hits, yes.
13 radiant damage, and you're basically sparkling.
Glowing.
And
You guys are really quick to turn on your friends.
and whoever attacks him after me has advantage until the start of my next turn. Yeah. Yep.
I
Okay.
should be 60 feet away from them at this point.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
I have a range of 120 feet
Yeah.
on him.
So where would you like to
necessarily in a
run in
cave.
this? If you want to run, you kind of know that this is a hangout for you guys.
So I'm going to run into the cave, and I'm going to try and, slide down onto the this is kind of like this pit that we're going into.
Yep.
I'm going to slide down to the first level of the pit.
Okay. All right. I need everybody to roll initiative. You follow. Sarsa follows. Okay. Remara, you follow as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do
Remara
it.
follows. Saeleas.
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay, following. Jerik, that is with Lizard Coach. What are you doing? So you're kind of in a further tunnel with Coach, who is a lizard. You see.
Come on, this way. It's right up here. We gotta get there quick.
You kind of see entering from the other side the other Coach, and Coach Lizard. I need you to make a perception check.
Coach Lizard. Lizard perception is not terrible. 15. It's
You
like
see-
that picture in Spider-Man pointing at each other.
So you see yourself, but as a dwarf. On the other side of this grotto, this kind of precipice, several different caverns, and he's yourself. You just kind of slid down, and then you're in front of your friend Jerik
And myself.
and yourself.
First off, Coach thinks, what a handsome dwarf. And then secondly, and Coach is gonna. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not Coach's turn to attack.
Nope. You just see it. Fake Jerik is gonna
says like, "What? That's you, doppelgangers. We gotta get them."
No, it's yeah. Wait, what do you mean? Oh yeah, come and get me.
Then
Wait, can I see real Jerik?
At this point, yeah, I'll see he just made it into.
Yeah, so I'll say, doppelgangers. I'll get the fake you. You get the fake me.
Now I'm
fake
even
Jerik.
confused.
The fake Jerik is saying this to
Fake Jerik is
Lizard
telling
Coach.
Lizard Coach
Okay.
to get the fake Jerik.
Oh,
Who's the
Lord.
real
Alright.
Jerik?
All right.
Okay, I guess I'll do an insight check. Oh, wait, do I do an insight check now to see if I believe him after all this weird confusion? I just saw myself.
Yeah, do an insight check.
I think Coach is actually questioning his
let's-
own existence
let's-
at this
let's
point.
wait, just
It's like,
wait.
have I become the lizard?
Let's wait for your turn.
All right.
How does this mace work? I don't understand. Why am I two people?
As a reminder, the coach that just ran in is glowing.
So
He is-
as
he is
Jerik
the right
comes
one.
in, Sarsa appears.
Oh, jeez.
This is the most.
Apparently, Sarsa made it in front of you somehow. She appears right in front. We have fake people that look just like Coach Jerik and Sarsa. The Coach one is glowing because he got hit by something from Sarsa. And these are doppelgangers.
Oh boy.
And I will tell the doppelgangers, the players that are playing the doppelgangers, these are invaders to your kind of cave hideout, and you definitely just don't want them in here. So you want to take them out because they're invading your space, and you're very
Protective?
protective people,
Territorial.
and yeah, you just want to be left alone, and so they are a threat to you.
So I've just doppelganger Sarsa has
Yeah, this
appeared in front
tiefling,
of-
this gray tiefling with red hair, and you're like, I'll take that for him.
And I saw the whole fight that happened. right?
Yeah, you guys were looking through cave holes and cave side entrances, and you were able to glean their forms from that.
Oi, careful, Jerik. One of them showed up behind you.
Fake Sarsa to real Jerik.
She's Farsa.
Yeah,
It's good.
Fosa.
I'm so
yeah,
confused
Yeah.
right
Okay.
now.
Farsa.
I like Farsa, yeah.
good. Okay, Coach Lizard Coach.
Do I get an attack or?
If you want,
I'd like to then use my action to lunge past Jerik onto the real Sarsa and attack her.
okay.
Oh,
So-
man.
so-
Ideally,
Jerik-
ideally, like
okay.
mingle us close enough
Opportunity.
together that people can't tell.
Which
All
one do I shoot?
So let me explain what's going on. So Jerik runs forward in this tunnel, and he sees Sarsa come out from behind a corner and says, "Hey, there's one behind you." Jerik turns, and then he sees Sarsa, who just talked to him, leap forward and leap on the other Sarsa, and now there's Sarsa on Sarsa fighting. What would you like to make an attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay, make an attack.
I'm
Doppelganger.
gonna use my slam.
Against yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using my slam.
Okay.
So
Do it.
here we go. I'm slamming myself. It's an 11 to hit, so it doesn't hit.
That does not hit
Yeah,
real Sarsa.
but I do get 2 attacks.
Yeah, make another
so
attack.
I'm gonna try and hit myself again. Oh, that's a 9. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Why are
it's
you
a
hitting
25
yourself?
to
Why are you
hit.
hitting yourself?
So it's gonna be 9 damage.
And you take an extra 3d6 because of the surprise attack.
15, 17. So 17 damage to Sarsa. But, sorry guys, you're going to be real sick of me. Sarsa gets her rebuke again, her thunderous rebuke. That's going to be 11 plus 4, so 15. So I save. She tries to shoot some thunder out at me, and it misses. And there's just Sarsa on Sarsa. Red hair flying, tails everywhere, horns, God knows where.
Can we hear Sarsa fighting Sarsa?
Aye, get your hands off of me, you wee wench. Oh, I know what those hands have been. You best be cleaning up now. Oi, you smell like fire and farts.
Okay.
Well, so one of them's actual Sarsa, one of them's just trying to say Sarsa-like things. which is
Coach
probably
Lizard,
fire
now
farts.
it's your turn.
Coach Lizard!
Please make a what were you gonna do? A wisdom check? Or
Yeah, an insight
Insight
to
check,
see
yeah.
if that Jerik is telling the truth now. 'cause
Yeah,
now I
and
don't
you
trust
see
anything.
the other coach glowing.
I just assume that's how everybody
Yeah,
sees
make an
Coach.
insight check
Mm-hmm.
to Jerik, to the other Jerik that you
18.
and Doppelganger Jerik make a deception check.
which I already rolled. It was a 14.
Plus 6.
Plus 6, so 20.
Gosh.
You believe him? I mean, it's Jerik. I mean, there's weird stuff that's happened. You've fought some weird stuff before. I mean, there's probably some reason why your human form is glowing and running towards you in this giant cavern.
He sounded real confident when he said attack fake Jerik.
Is that his action to do the insight check?
No, that's a free action.
So I'm going to go ahead and attack
I said,
Jerik.
I'll get fake coach. You get fake Jerik.
I'm attacking Jerik.
All right, yeah, you make your way to Jerik, and you kind of scuttle up the side of this cavern wall. Leap on Jerik. How would you like to attack him?
I'm going to try and swallow him.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is so meta.
Make an
Yep.
attack roll.
I literally did this to myself.
Make an attack roll on Jerik.
Please miss.
Yeah, it's not going to miss. 18 to hit.
Jeez.
A 18 is my armor class, which means that's not.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to
Wait,
take...
no, not again! No!
So you're taking 17 damage and then 10 damage at the beginning of each of my turns. You are restrained, blinded, and prone
Gross.
inside of me. I'm also going to swipe at whoever is next to me because this is all very
You have two
confusing.
Sarsas next to you, and they're fighting.
I'm going to just attack one of them.
Okay.
So I
The
don't know
one on
which-
top, which is the doppelganger, but you don't know that.
Can I roll a D2 or...
Sure. One is a miss for the real one, and then the Kraken is a crit.
So I'm hitting the fake one.
Yeah, you're hitting the fake one.
Farsa. Farsa's getting hit.
Farsa.
And I miss Farsa, I think. 10 to hit.
Miss.
Okay.
Okay, that's a miss. Real Jerik, it's your turn.
You can't do
Inside
anything.
of coach, it's my
Inside
turn.
of Coach, yeah. It was
Can I do anything about that?
Nope.
I mean,
Restrained, blinded,
mentally,
et cetera,
unless there's
et cetera.
something you want to say, or I don't know, what else can you do?
I mean, are there any plants in there? I could talk to plants.
You're blinded, prone, and restrained.
Only
How much
been
damage did
eating
you take? Do you remember?
protein. I don't think there's
17.
any like foliage in his stomach.
Can you bamf out of
You talk to
there?
meat pies?
You hear your sword talk to you, kind of yell out,
You can cut your way out.
Jerik Darkharbor, why are we in a lizard? I think that's your turn.
I mean, I've got.
There's no saves. There's no... If you get swallowed, that is it.
But, yeah, there's no way out of this. From what we found, you have to kill the lizard to get
Attack
out.
rolls against this creature have advantage. I don't know if there's any way to get out of the lizard.
I think he can talk, so he could try to convince you
Maybe.
to vomit him.
Well, wait. So if I will try to cast command
Oh, okay. Does that involve any semantic?
components V. That's verbal, right?
Verbal.
Yep.
Yep, you can do
Yep.
that.
All right. So I'll cast command on lizard coach,
Lizard Coach, okay.
which I am inside of,
Great.
and say, "Spit me out."
Okay. All right. What is that? Does he make a save?
One word command. I guess it would be spit, or like
Vomit.
barf.
Vomit.
Puke.
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 Oh, gosh.
If you're good,
And magical.
spit.
This does echo
What kind of
from
save is
deep
it?
inside
What kind of
your
save?
bowels. Puke.
That's just day-to-day life.
It's like what happens
Okay.
to my
Target
pregnant
must
wife right
succeed
now.
on a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save for the lizard? 7.
Yay.
Against 16.
Okay, Lizard Coach spits out Jerik. Take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Real Sarsa, you are fighting a version of yourself, and she has got her hair game going on. And
Yeah, she's real pissed.
Yeah.
Because she's like, girl, you're stealing my style. Also, she's looking real banged up. But she's going to go ahead and she's going to, for all the marbles, attempt inflict wounds as a 3rd level spell.
Shit.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yep, we are.
So that's going to be poop, 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 poop. That's a 11 to hit.
Oh, fetchers.
that misses.
I was hoping that would work. But she's still got her spiritual weapon. You
It
can
was
tell
the
me.
movement on the spiritual weapon.
60 feet. So I'll go ahead and attempt to hit her with that. And that's going to be 17 to hit. So that'll hit. Sorry, I
Okay.
keep forgetting that I have.
And it hits
both
yourself.
those things.
Real Sarsa hitting fake Sarsa.
Yes, so that's going to be 11 damage.
Okay. 11 damage to the doppelganger.
And
then
that's her turn.
Remara, it is your turn.
Okay, so before I go, I'm going to try and speak telepathically with the Sarsa that is on top or nearest.
You saw the one that made a divine kind of attack. So you, I mean, just from the attack that she made, you can kind of tell, like, this seems like it's the real one.
And I'm going to just trust that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then to the other one, I'm going to cast, or I don't cast. I'm just going to do,
You have a talent.
I don't know, I'm going to motion ego whip. So
Describe.
I love these spells.
So the target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 psychic damage and is filled with self-doubt, leaving it able to use its action on its next turn only to take the dodge, disengage, or hide action.
So it's again like real life.
On a successful saving throw, it takes half as much damage still.
So doppelganger Sarsa, intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's a nat one.
Oh, it really has self-doubt and just like it's totally
It's also
questioning.
not really comfortable being
Who
this
am
like
I really?
buxom redheaded tiefling.
So Remara reaches out, twists her hand, her eyes kind of glow this blue, and then doppelganger Sarsa feels this kind of, no, this is wrong, and then shifts back into its true form. The rest of you see Sarsa now fighting with this spindly, long, kind of sunken-in, skeletal creature that has no mouth but sunken-in eyes, kind of gray and white. And Saeleas, you might even recognize this from your studies as the famed doppelganger in its true form. It has kind of a featureless changeling of some kind.
Amazing. Fascinating.
Feel that way. So
Well, he has to wipe
So,
the
Remara, that,
slime out of his mouth.
that was your action.
Your hair don't look so great now, does it, lady?
So that was 3d8 psychic damage, which is 18. And then
And on its turn, it has
but
to
I'm
take
not
that action.
on the next turn, you can only dodge, disengage, or hide. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, but you are filled with self-doubt.
You're filled with the doppelganger is filled with self-doubt. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Saeleas, it's your turn.
All right, Saeleas is going to cast Chromatic Orb. I'm going to twin that spell. Can I see Glowy Coach?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to cast.
It's kind of a like stadium sort of. You're in this cavern with several levels going in, but down with each like 10-foot drop.
I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb as a second level spell and twin it.
Okay. Sorcerer.
So I'm going to cast one at the doppelganger that is
Yep.
obviously a doppelganger, and one at the Glowy Coach because it's only two things I know for sure
Yep.
are fake.
Okay.
So I'll go with the doppelganger first.
Okay.
So second level spell of Chromatic Orb is not going to hit. It was
But you get advantage
actually-
because of glowing coach.
Oh, okay.
So roll with advantage.
13 plus. Okay, that's 20.
That hits.
Yeah. 4d8. 15, 16 damage. We'll say. Let's do more lightning damage. That's worked out well for me so far.
So glowing coach gets zapped by this lightning. So that was the first attack.
Yes.
Which hit. And the other one hits
Now I'll go. And then the second
doppelganger,
after
which was doppelganger Sarsa.
Yes. And that is. That's also 20.
That'll hit.
All right.
All right. And so same amount of damage. So that one is. Oh, that's even more. 15 plus 6 is 21. 22.
Wow.
Barely.
20
barely left
22
standing.
damage.
Lightning damage.
Farsa is looking
My
real rough.
friends
Just
alone.
smoking.
Please roll 2 d20s for wild magic.
Oh yeah. Chromatic orb. Chromatic orb. Phew. Okay, we're safe.
No ones? Okay.
No.
All right. Saeleas shoots out some lightning damage. 2 doppelgangers get hit. What was fake Sarsa looking really, really rough. Jerik doppelganger on the other side of the pit. So I'm going to kind of take over the character at this point, and he'll say, "Stop! Stop fighting! We yield." And he says that to
Real coach, eat them.
Hello, Knights of the Roll Table. This is Chris Daly, your Dungeon Master for Season 2 of the podcast. You know, this episode has some really fun telepathy stuff, and we want to thank Emily Frank for making a guest appearance on the show. She created her character, Remara, with me, and it turned out to be this really fun Jean Grey kind of psionic backstory. And I looked at all the options, including Unearthed Arcana, and I was like, a mystic? So we went with that. Now, I don't know anything about mystics, and Emily is playing D&D for the first time here, so we're really trying to figure this out together during the episode. But I think it turned out to be a really fun, amazing class, and psionics are really awesome to play with, and they have a lot of roleplay potential, so I hope that this inspires more people to try out the class. Emily does a really great job with it. You know, listeners of the podcast are the best. We don't spend any money on advertising, so we really rely on the listeners' word of mouth to let people know about the show. So we're calling on you, the listeners, to help us out by leaving a rating and review on the show on Apple Podcasts or any of the places you can hear this. It helps out the algorithm, and we really appreciate it. We want to thank everyone for using the Rolled Table hashtag and tweeting about the show. If you want to be featured during our announcements, we can create a custom audio ad for you. If you're interested in advertising on the podcast, email us at knightsoftherolledtable@gmail.com, and we can talk to you about advertising during our announcements. We'll do a custom audio ad just for you. We'd also appreciate if you check out our social media at Rolled Table on Instagram or Twitter. You can see all of the characters, maps, how-to D&D tips, and photos of us with funny quotes. We know we're not the only D&D actual play podcast out there. There are so many. But we really honestly thank you so much for giving us a chance and listening to the show. Weston Gardner, who did our theme music and does all of the sound mixing and sets up all the recording equipment each recording session, and was just a guest on the Heroes of podcast. Go check out that interview. It's a lot of fun. Heroes of on Apple Podcasts. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, he can make a custom RPG anthem for your character. Check out his audio skills at Make My Anthem. If you want to see more of my D&D character art, check out Daily Toons RPG. That's Daily TOONS, like cartoons RPG on Instagram. If you have a D&D question or need some advice on your campaign, you can leave us feedback or ask any how-to D&D questions. Email us at knightsoftherolledtable@gmail.com. That's all of our announcements. Now go out and make life an adventure.
Please, we just want to be left alone.
Well, we wasn't trying to bother you. We're just trying to make our way through.
This is our home. We don't want any trouble. They've already taken one of us as it is.
Taken one of you? What do you mean?
All right, hold up, you
tell
guys.
him.
What do you mean they?
There were 4 of us. We lived here. We just make our own way, and these creatures, these large constructs came in and took one of us away, our family member.
Large creatures took your family member.
Yes, they captured it and took it away.
I'm assuming you don't have any idea where they might have taken them.
No, he didn't leave outside of the cave. We don't know why.
Did he have any possessions? Perhaps a bracelet or a large gem?
Doppelganger changelings don't carry possessions. Everything fades, forms into ourselves, our very being.
We came here seeking out some trinkets. Nothing important, but we thought perhaps maybe other people might have wanted to take them.
Wait, hold on. I say as I'm wiping acid spit out of my eyes and ears,
Glaring
mouth.
at Coach.
So they took. So you're saying they have a doppelganger?
Yes, these large metal constructs.
Like a.
It was large, purple glowing joints, a face There were two of them. They took him.
Well, this doesn't seem good.
And usually when someone takes a doppelganger, it's to force them into using our talents to fake being someone else.
Yeah, I'm against that.
I wonder if this has anything to do with our little quandary back at the palace.
Whatever you're seeking, it's probably through the grotto in the bushes there. If you go through, there's a portal, and it will lead you to what most adventurers seek. They never come out, but you can go through if you want. We stay up in the above level.
If we were to come back, say tomorrow, would you let us go through? Unharmed. A truce.
We have to go through now. We wouldn't. We don't like people coming into our home.
Listen, boyo, we don't mean you no harm. We're just trying to get through, and you have our word. We'll do you no dirty. And I'll tell you what, we might even be able to look a little into this missing family member of yours.
If you would, that would be wonderful. We will not go out. The world is cruel to our kind.
I am a tiefling, and I completely understand that. So we'll do what we can if you'll allow us safe passage.
Make a persuasion check.
That's 17.
All right. He thinks about it and says, yeah. And kind of acknowledges the other doppelgangers, and you guys allow them to stand up, assuming.
Yeah.
And they kind of step back, and they
Real
point.
quick. Oh, sorry. Before they do that, I'm going to mass healing word, and I'm going to get myself. Are you hit?
Yes.
Jerik, Saeleas, Remara, and the one, the
Sarsa.
Farsa,
Yeah, Farsa.
who is at 1 hit point,
Yep.
and I'm going to heal all of us.
Okay.
So it's not much, but it's something. So it'll be
Farsa says, thank you.
it'll be eight damage that gets healed for everybody.
You're very beautiful. I'm sorry I had to attack you.
I'm not saying I forgive you, but I also understand.
Farsa
Looking
turns
like my
back
friend.
into Farsa.
Oh,
What you want is right down there.
What a coincidence.
Can I telepathically ask this one, do you know what happens when they go through?
Telepathically, the doppelganger talks back and says,
There's a guardian that's guarding this item that you seek. Many have come after it before. Some we've had to attack because they've come through our home, and some make it through, and it is of no interest to us, but it's very powerful.
What would prepare us?
Be yourselves and be entertaining. I would go now. It tends to be awake during the day.
Okay.
can Coach make it through the portal as his lizard self?
Yep.
All
So
right.
you see this kind of nest of bushes, but it's sort of shimmering down in the bottom of this grotto, and if you head straight down, you'll just go right in the bushes.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So you all kind of jump down.
Yeah.
Saeleas will ride Coach.
What you see before you is a green, oozing moose.
He's cute.
A gelatinous moose.
No.
Why can't anything just be one thing?
That's a very good question, Jerik. So you see
Gelatinous?
before you a moose
A square
glowing
plus B
and
squared equals
oozing,
gelatin.
and it has things floating inside of it, and there's little dripping bits of goo. I need everybody to make a perception check.
Lizard
Oh,
perception.
that was surprisingly high for me.
22.
11.
Oh, sorry, 23. 23.
16.
19.
9.
Sarsa, you look into this moose, and it's transparent, right? And this is it's about like 7 feet tall. It's a big creature. Right in it, the kind of upper back kind of spine area, you see a round bracelet object.
Saeleas, I think I see that there shiny bracelet we were looking for.
The bigger bracelet?
I think I can.
Did anyone else hear that?
You hear it, but you don't see the moose speak. You hear it in your mind.
You heard that, right?
And Remara, you feel a particularly
Anyone?
tingling bond with this creature. It's speaking psionically.
Who are you?
Is that only her that can hear it?
All of you hear it.
Hello, my name is Saeleas.
As you go to speak,
Who are you?
your lips don't move. You just kind of think this, and you're surprised that you're able to kind of think it, but you feel like there's a audible connection.
Hello, what? That's interesting. Hello, I'm Saeleas.
So all this is happening in your mind.
Who are
Wait,
you?
can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Hello?
Coach!
Hey. Oh, this is cool.
Hey, how you doing? Remember our ground rule that we said?
Yeah.
That fell apart pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Let's not swallow anybody else, okay, Coach?
Well, okay.
No one comes in here anymore.
Well, there's a group of creatures outside who do not really like people in their area.
They don't visit me either.
That's sad. They must have a lonely life. Tell me about it.
I don't get out much.
Sarsa's gonna start to like slowly walk towards him to get a little bit closer, and as she does so, she'll say, "Oh, that's so sad to hear that, boy. Oh, you must be awful lonely." And
I'm lonely.
Why don't you come out with us? You can join us.
I can't.
Why not?
I have to stay here.
Who told you had to stay?
All I want is a story.
A story?
What do you want?
Well, you see in your hindquarters region there, you have a bauble, a bracelet, if you will.
It kind of turns its eyes within itself.
oh,
And it can see through itself, and it kind of turns back. The eyes sort of revolve 180 around.
Yes.
We would like that very
Are you
much.
attached to that there shiny thing inside your belly?
It's been part of me for many, many, many years.
Oh, so you are a little bit attached to it. But you said you were bored. You're so lonely down here, right?
Tell me a story and I'll give it to you.
All right. Well,
Why don't we tell them the story of our last adventure?
oh,
Who wants to tell me a story?
No.
And go.
all right. Do you like a happy story or a sad story?
Tell me.
Okay.
Well, we recently went to a temple, and in this temple there were many
Bugbears.
bugbears.
Yeah.
And these bugbears, they were very excited to see us. We tried to sneak in, but they caught us. They saw us, and as we looked down, there was a rather large
There was a cooking show. There was a
cooking
guy
show.
there. He was a very, very good cook. Really fantastic.
Yeah.
And then
And we did some excellent dishes, but Jerik here, you see the suave-looking fellow, he made the most terrible creme brulee you've
It
ever
wasn't that
tasted.
bad.
There was a rock.
This is not.
There was a
we need to
rock
move
inside
past
of
this.
it.
But then later, we met our new friend here, Remara, and you know, she used to be adventuring too. She was part of a big party.
Yes, I was.
She had a big fella in her group, a rather famous fella named Massimo Lionheart. Perhaps you heard of him?
No, I've been in here for a long time.
But they went on many adventures together, and they had a wonderful time. And in the end, they all lived happily ever after.
But at the core of it all was friendship, because at the end of the day, if you don't have friends, what do you have?
So, Saeleas, you told most of that story. So, with a little bit of help, so I'll give you advantage. Make a charisma performance check.
All right. You said advantage?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 14 would be the higher of those, plus 4 is 18.
Tell me another story.
Oh, boy.
Would you like to hear a sad story?
Sure, I like all kinds of emotions.
Alright, so a long time ago, there was a young couple, husband and wife, and the husband,
Ooh, I'm gonna use minor illusion to like illustrate what she's talking about. So I'll create the husband and wife.
Okay.
He worked in the docks, and he was a sailor, but he loved his wife because she was young and beautiful and sweet and kind. And they were together, and they were quite happy. They were pretty well known and respected in the town. But unfortunately, when she was pregnant, she went to give birth, and unfortunately she didn't survive the birth.
Oh.
I know.
Her illusion
It was
disappears.
a sad story.
But there's a baby.
But the child, because it lost its mother, it had all of her warmth and beauty and love that she had put into her. And so she grew up to be just as lovely and fair as her mother. And she was known throughout the town for being quite gracious and loving. And one day there was an awful witch that came to town, and she had stolen up the minds of all the townspeople. But having already looked into the face of death, the child saw right through her eyes and was able to save the entire town from that evil, evil witch. And she and her father were happy for the rest of their days.
Happy.
Roll a charisma performance check with advantage because Jerik helped you.
All right, so that's a...
So it's going to be a little bit higher of a DC.
They're identical, so 14. So that's going to be 18.
That was sad and overwhelming. I liked it. Tell me a story.
Once there was a little girl. She was born to a normal family, but she wasn't normal.
What was wrong with her?
There was nothing wrong with her. She was
Oh, my
just
mistake.
very powerful. And her parents loved her all the same. But word got out outside her town of what she was. And she was kidnapped.
What was she?
Thieves stole her to use as a weapon, not knowing what she was.
Saeleas is going to use prestidigitation, just cast faint musical notes in the background of this.
The thieves got a long way away, deep into the forest, and her power destroyed them all. But she was left in the middle of the forest by herself.
So alone.
She could never get back to her family. She didn't know how her way back. But the forest brought her up. She learned to grow and speak with the animals, and she eventually made friends.
What happened to her?
Who knows? It's just a story.
I like that story. That might have been the best one of them all.
You make a performance charisma check with advantage.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Right
With music.
now.
With
You have
advantage, so
so
you
you
roll
get to do
again.
it twice.
15.
15.
I'm tempted to use the to bend luck one more time and just give her a little bit of bonus if you guys don't think 15's enough. All right, let's do it. All right, then make it it's another 18.
All right. Those were entertaining.
And he kind of the bracelet moves forward through him, and you can see it kind of come out through an antler, and it goes and plops down, covered in this gelatinous ooze around the bracelet.
Thank you for telling me 3 stories I will tell myself for years to come.
Thank you very much. Do you have
No
a...
one else has told me stories like that. I had to eat them.
Oh, that's very sad.
Glad you didn't eat us, boyo.
We've been
Sarsa's
eating
gonna
enough
go down
today.
and start trying to scrape off drool from the bracelet.
Do you have a name, friend?
Me.
All right. Well, it's good to meet you.
No,
I'll call you Charlie. Charlie, it was wonderful to meet you.
Charlie. Okay.
If I have an opportunity, I will come back and I will bring many books and I will read you stories as much as you would like.
His eyes kind of get bigger. It's just these kind of glowing.
I'll have to go
bright eyes,
back
he
and
goes,
get a book, though.
Would you come back?
If I am able, I will. I promise.
There's a faint hint of gelatinous smile. It comes on his face.
Happy Jello.
Yeah.
Good luck with your journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Charlie. Sarsa will put the bracelet on.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. All right. You guys, I'll say, make your way back the way you came through the cavern.
Do we
Back-
see the doppelgangers on the way out?
Oh, actually, strike that. So behind the moose, there's this sort of field of energy, and it's flowing and pulsating. It's almost like kind of a mesh, but it's like an energy mesh. And as soon as you grab the bracelet and he steps to the side, it's very slow. It takes about a minute for him to move. He just kind of slides. He doesn't even move his legs. He just kind of moves to the left.
So gross.
And he's just
Slurping to the
just
side.
kind of nodding his head the whole time. And this field goes and kind of fades, and you can walk forward. And when you walk forward through it, you hear the rush of waterfall, and you're put out right behind the waterfall.
I love it when dungeons don't make you go back the whole way.
That is my favorite. Yeah.
behind the waterfall. Where
I'm
you
definitely
kind of
rinsing off in the waterfall.
Samesies.
take a minute to rinse off.
Sarsa will kind of inspect.
So that's a good one for you.
You feel a sense of strength and power that you can increase your size, and I'll send you some stats on that. We'll kind of find out more about it next time. But you feel really interesting with this bracelet on. So for the sake of time, we'll say you guys make your way back to the skiff. You fly back to Coach. Are you still a lizard?
Still a lizard.
When the lizard gets on the skiff, it starts to sink. And it's sinking down. It's kind of offset. And it's
Coach,
Coach.
you're
Come on,
throwing
Coach.
off the balance of the board.
Oh, fine. It's fine. Whatever.
Let's not do that for me. All right.
it goes back.
The listing back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. You make your way back to Falcon Reach. And
Coach is looking at Jerik and Saeleas, kind of like he wants to eat them a little bit.
Saeleas is not making eye contact ever again.
Remara, I really appreciate your help today.
And I appreciate yours. I needed a help. I needed friends.
I know we didn't really get you many answers for your friend, but I can't help but feel like maybe we're one step closer to figuring what all is going on here. Can't shake the feeling that doppelganger might be somewhere in the council.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, Remara, that was a very nice story you told.
I heard it somewhere.
Wasn't autobiographical?
I heard it somewhere. It
Oh.
was... I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
and she has advantage on lying, so
I'm
you
not even-
can't. You totally believe her.
Saeleas is very trusting.
Well,
He'll believe her
that's a good story.
anyway.
For
liked
9 days, you can lie your pants off.
That's right.
That's your charm. You're just like, wow, yeah, totally. Yeah,
well,
that's a great story.
if you ever remember the name of the book, I collect books. I owned a library. I still own part of a library, perhaps. I would be very interested.
I'll let you know if I remember it.
And it was lovely hanging out with you. It was quite an adventure, wouldn't you say?
Remara, you knew Massimo.
I know Massimo.
Well, but you haven't seen him in a while, right? You'd like to get him back?
Of course.
Were you two close?
Yes.
If there's anything we can do to back you up in that, you've
Or
earned
anything you can think
my
of to tell
trust.
us.
And if there's anything you can tell us that might help us in helping you, we promise to have your back.
That sounds like a plan. I will let you know if I know stuff. Do I know stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you know, so you know that Massimo was very kind-hearted despite his very large, hulking size and brutish nature, but he was actually pretty kind. He was always kind to you, and saw you as more of a sister than anything, and was very protective of you and Callum. You also know that when you went down to Darkwell, the method of his death, you didn't see him actually die. You just saw a wave of psychic attack, and he fell down into a moving water path. It was like a rushing river underneath in this cavern when you fought who you fought. And you know who you fought, because I told you. So you can say that. And
Oh, yes,
the river,
right.
you don't know where it went. It was all underground. But it's a lurking feeling that, you literally think Massimo may have been washed away somewhere else.
So
You were there in Darkwell with him when he
hold on
disappeared?
just a second, though. So, like, they want to know the details of that? Okay. Yes, I was. I was there.
Well, is there anything you'd be willing to tell us that could maybe help us?
Well,
I mean, did he die there? What happened? What were you doing there?
we were fighting.
Is there anything you can imagine happening to Massimo that would lead him to do the things this Cole Satori's been doing?
No, absolutely not.
You don't believe they're the same person then?
They can't be. I mean, I need to see him to know for sure, but I just can't believe that would be him at all.
All right, well, what was happening that last time you saw him? What were you there for?
We were in a pretty gruesome battle against Gus Thorak. He was a mind flayer.
Oh, jeez.
Nasty business, Dad.
Yeah, those are some dangerous creatures. I've heard legends of them from the mines.
But like just a mind flare, not like a mind flare combined with a dragon or anything, right? Because I'm more cool with that.
Well, he was part snake. I'm just kidding. He was not part snake.
Okay. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. I like you.
You totally believe her because she's got it.
What was the name again?
Gus Thorak.
Gus Thorak.
Some call him Gus.
Gussie.
He doesn't like that.
He ate their brains.
I'll call him Gus if we encounter him.
So she fills in a little bit of the backstory, which is there was reports of people going missing around Emberbrook and also Queequeg, which is a city that's about 50 miles north of Darkwell, and people that wandered into the desert hunting for stuff and searching for things would go missing and they wouldn't come back. And so this has happened for years, and people finally wanted to hire some adventurers to find what has been happening in Darkwell, and no one wanted to go. So they finally hired the 3 famed adventurers to go down there, and they found this mind flayer, and Callum and Remara barely got out alive, but Massimo fell to his death, or supposed death, after being hit with a very strong psionic attack that Remara felt because it was so strong, and the mind flayer had this ability. So she relays all of this story to you.
Wow, that's a lot.
Fascinating.
We almost went there.
Well, we still probably need to at some point. And did you ever in your travels encounter a gem, perhaps it might have been glowing purple, or maybe you've heard the term spiralite, the other of the 3 curios that we were researching in the library?
I did, yes.
So you think about this, and his description of it matches something that you saw around the neck of Gus Thorak.
He was wearing it, yes. Yeah, no, I remember it. It was glowing and shiny.
That must be our thing.
That is. That's the spiralite. We've got to find that.
Well, apparently we know where to look for it. Nobody else has gone down to Darkwell after you all came back.
Don't go. Don't go down there.
We've got
It's
two.
not worth it.
We've got 2 of 3 legendary curios. Who knows the power we could have with 3?
Seems to me like maybe there might be some plans in action to be collecting all 3 of them, and we might just be pawns in this here operation.
Oh,
I think it might not be a bad idea for us to avoid going after that 3rd one for at least a wee moment until we have a better idea of what the heck is going on here.
suppose that's reasonable. Plus, we have those dates.
Oh, I am going to meet you.
End scene.
And that's what we'll call tonight's adventure.
Exactly.
Yay! Thank you,
Thank you, Emily.
That was awesome.
Yeah.